Hey guys, James with the juice here. It's sunset, and you have no idea how fast your life is going to sunset as you get older. It goes by so fast, you have no freaking idea. James and the Juice is about finding the juice in life, the richness without the riches. You can be rich in ends, or you could be rich in means. The means part you guys already know about. You're aching for it. You think about money every day. You're yearning for more, and you can afford to be happy then. I'll be happy when I'm rich. That's what y'all are saying. I'll tell you what, that is fucked up. It does not work. We're going for the ends here, the end result, happiness. So, how does a guy starting out in life, or an older guy looking to reinvent himself, actually put together a happy life? Well, it's easy and it's also hard. The easy part is you change your own head instead of the whole outside world. Doesn't that sound easier? Because I know y'all are trying to change the outside part. That part is easy if you know how to do it, and that's why you're here on the juice. What happens when we change what's inside of us? The outside changes, because it has to. And why, you ask? The amount of good things in life, in our life, happens because we notice them, and then we go for them, instead of going for what will hurt us, what is not valuable. We're talking about here about what's valuable to us as men. What's the hard part? We men live in a country where important things have no value, and unimportant things have great value that everybody wants. You ever see a car salesman going around in a pink car, a Mary Kay car, and it says, "Ask me about my rich inner life"? No. Makeup is not valuable. What makes us happy is something that is important. Unimportant things have no meaning, and meaning is happiness. Meaning is purpose. Meaning means you belong and you're respected. That's happiness. When men are unhappy, we get mad. We attack the cage walls. Anyone around us, like rats, chewing on each other in a maze, a black, cold puzzle that we can't escape from. And we don't even know what's wrong. So now you say, James, shut the hell up. How the hell am I supposed to worry about freaking happiness when I can't make car payments? Well, it's a good question. I will tell you. Be patient. Here's what men say about themselves. You don't have to take it from me. When they take a survey on this stuff about how happy they are, they answer questions like, I feel fundamentally disconnected from myself. About 15% of guys feel that way. I don't feel a part of my country. 22%. I feel deeply disconnected from others and from the world. 25%. I have no one for emotional support. 26%. I don't have enough friends or family that I'm close to or connected with. Almost 30%. My place in the world doesn't feel like a good place. 30%. I don't share my true self with others. 34%. I'm not a meaningful part of any community or group. 36%. That means 1 out of 4, or up to 1 out of 3 guys. Think about it. 1 out of 3 feels left out, isolated, and alone. That's a lot of guys. And I'll bet if they all answered truthfully, there'd be a lot more than 1 out of 3. Because we men are unhappy, we can get violent. Maybe we carry a gun, or we attack our neighbors in politics, or we attack people verbally. We lash out at our wife or our girlfriend, kick the dog. We hate all women because they're rejecting us. We do road rage. Mass shootings happen in America almost every day. This country is now in a vicious cycle of madness in terms of anger. It's not that all these guys are mentally unstable. Some of them are, but a lot of them are just gone over the edge. They've had enough. And it's not politics that's poisonous to American life. American life has poisoned politics. Hey, y'all got them there two things mixed up, you hear? It's true. Politics is how we get along with each other. It's the system that we set up in order to not kill each other. But like rats caught in a poisonous trap, we don't get along. They fight. The poison is the bane of unhappy people living without real meaning. Chronic inequality is making us feel stuck and trapped, and the chronic or constant stress from that feeling of being trapped has us sick and it has us tired. Being unhappy is the bane that we live with. The hell is bane? The word bane means poison, but you don't know that because you don't read. Yes, as an English professor, I know you don't. So don't argue. Get down on the floor and give me 20. As your happiness coach, I want to tell you, it takes a lot more than reading to get things done in your head, but it's a damn good start. So I want all you unhappy rodents out there caught in the man trap to listen up. There are many things you don't know because you don't read. Reading lets you live in the minds of very smart people for just a little while and see through their eyes and live their lives and know what they think and see the decisions that they make about life, the big decisions. It's an open window into other worlds of perception, so you yourself can see what works and what doesn't work in life. I read thousands of books and literature. People said, well, you're wasting your time. They're just stories. No, it's human life. It's human experience. Books used to be huge. They were the windows to wisdom. Poets and authors were like doctors. They were held in very high esteem. Now they live under expressways with hurry-up people whizzing by, seeking happiness by buying more stuff. But at least you're here on the juice. So you can listen to words. At least you can listen to words instead of reading them. The next best thing. I taught thousands of young men in university, and I did my best to try to help them with perspective and how to see life and help them write about their lives. And I think it was pretty cathartic and pretty therapeutic for a lot of them. And this is what made me do this channel. Men don't know where to turn for relief from this techno-social hole that we don't seem to be able to crawl out of. There's not enough happiness for all of us, especially for men. A hard life without meaning and joy is the problem. Not the money, not the politics, not even stupid people. I know. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's not the hate, it's the stupidity, asshole. Well, it's not exactly that. Every time there's a mass shooting, it's a suicide. Besides praying, we should be asking, what can we do to help men? The reason that does not happen is it would force major changes to how we live and work. So it doesn't happen. And we don't even talk about it. It would change what is valuable in life, from money, switch it over to people. That's very hard to do in this country. We're still a very immature, materialistic country compared to, say, Europe. Jam, I can't stand these people anymore. It's not just the heat, it's the stupidity. So many sick, stupid people. I hear them on the radio all the time. They sound crazy, living in sin, preaching that kindness and compassion shit. What about me? Hey, listen, did that box from Amazon come in yet? That's the guy from the Midwest. Haven't done him yet. So, what is valuable to men? Because that's what we're talking about here. A football player makes $10 million a year, while a teacher makes 30,000. A nice car is valued more than a nice person in America. A young man is valued more carrying a gun in the Middle East than he is building a house and a family back home. The very basics of life, the things that we cannot live without, that all Americans should have as a God given right, those are instead sold to the highest bidder, commodified, monetized. The food you eat, the house you live in, the body, the very body that you live in, is commoditized. It has become too expensive to live in your own body. Imagine taking care of your own body has become too expensive in the richest country in the world. That's a pretty pathetic worship of money, wouldn't you say? You call that freedom? I think it's a kind of slavery. So, in fact, though we are the richest country in the world, tiny Denmark is statistically happier than we are, way happier. How could that be? Because the Danes feel safe. They have free health care. They have free college. They don't have any homeless people living under the bridges. They take care of each other and compete with each other in other ways other than the nasty ways that we do it. They get 8 weeks of vacation every year, time off for raising kids or elderly care. If they lose a job, they have a real safety net to catch them. This is called democratic socialism, but you don't know that because you don't read. Instead, you hear the word socialism and you go, oh, communism! Did you know that the root word of communism is community? Instead, you live inside an oligarchy that has taken over everything, including your own body, and keeps you ignorant. And they'll put you out in the street in a second, and you don't even know why. Imagine what the billionaires in the U.S. say over their cigars and cognac. I wonder what they say. Let's take a look. Let's see now. What are the things people can't live without? Hospitals, food, a house. Yes, let's charge as much as we can for these. And then they can't protest to change things because they'll be too busy working just to get by. And if they do protest, we own the government, so we'll just pass laws. We'll call them terrorists and make it legal to squish them with our trucks while they're protesting. That sounds like a perfect plan. Does that sound familiar to anybody who's been reading the news? So you want more evidence? Take housing. The billionaires control the money supply and keep wages low, so we common people try to make money any way we can. And we're starting to use houses as a business. We need to live in houses, not use them as economic weapons against each other, but we've been forced to because of the low-wage environment that we live in. So we're either renting them too high to other people, or we're selling them for too much. Take cars. I bought a nice house back in 1998 that set me back less than some luxury cars cost today. A tree is more valuable dead than it is for a new deck. Or alive, shading your house, providing food and homes for animals, and providing air for you to breathe. Something to think about there. So what is valuable and what isn't? That's what we're talking about. Our priorities are all wrong. What is valuable is ignored in our manic drive just to survive. This is the capitalistic hamster wheel that we're on. Now, there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with restrained, regulated capitalism where there's rules. There go the geese. I love those things. But unrestrained gangster capitalism is no good. That's what we live in here. Reinvent your idea of male success. Rethink what is truly valuable to you personally, and I mean you. Only you will know that. Reassess or rethink how much money you think you need. You might need a lot less than you thought. This idea is much bigger than you know. Your perspective change, this attitude change about how you see your world and yourself in it, is huge. There's so much more out there. Tell me, James, tell me what's out there. Well, you guys are beginning to find out. I can see it on YouTube. Reconsider the story you've been told by your parents of success. What is your purpose in life, and how closely does it align with the real life equation that really matters? Money versus meaning. Consider your happiness account balance. It's the most valuable thing that you own, your mental stability. If you lose that, it doesn't matter how much crypto you have, how much money you have, how many girls you have, or what kind of car you have. It doesn't matter. Live under the conventional radar. Don't buy into all the crap that they say you need. You don't need it. And you don't need the stress that comes from getting it. You may want a new Corvette, but you don't need it. Subvert the dominant paradigm. There was one sign I saw on the side of the road one day. Ignore the monolith. It takes these rebellious, sometimes scary, courageous, but fantastic changes in your life to make you more powerful. More than guns, more than a big truck will ever make you. The more you change your worldview, the juicier life gets. Become a real rebel and stop being a fake one. That's real rebellion. If you wait until an economic crash comes, and they always happen, because this is the nature of the American money system, when that happens, like a recession, for instance, what we men are supposed to be fizzles out like a punctured balloon. The myth that money equals success becomes exposed for the lie that it is. When bad times come, you're stuck with debt, a house payment you can't make, a wife you cannot live with because you don't really know her and you don't know yourself. No job offers because you're a robot and you can't get it up because the stress is killing, and by the time you're 40, you have some autoimmune disease because your body is giving up, your hair is thinning, and you're getting enough pimples sprouting on your ass to make it look like measles. Am I painting a pretty picture here? That'll never happen to me. I'm 20 years old. I'm good looking, and it only happens to losers. You think it can't happen to you? Well, that's what every guy thinks. And by the time you're 60, you know better. So, I'm just trying to tell you, watch out. So, James, how did you find the juice in your life, you might ask? Well, I'll tell you. But because you screen trolls have the attention span of a river salamander, you'll have to wait until part 2. What is valuable to men? See you next time on The Juice. Bye.